Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. Today is the day of illumination, shining light on problems that we thought were long past. This is a day that we are going to focus on our shadows and things that we have to work on. So, Shadow Work Sunday. Let's get started. I will be doing all 12 signs, and I am using the Threads of Fate Oracle Shadow Edition. This is a deck particularly for shadow work. We will be going over things that we need to work on to become our better self. So, first things first, we have our Aries. Ooh, I like it. Aries, sacred sexuality. So, that looks really pretty. My Aries people, we have some work to do when it comes to feeling sensual, feeling good about ourselves. It's about having sex for the right reasons. Maybe my Aries people have been feeling like they've been pressured to have sex. My Aries people have been feeling like they are doing it out of obligation and not necessarily out of the highest love for their partner. Maybe they've been out of touch with themselves in a sensual sense. They feel like they have not been able to express their sexuality in the way that they used to. This is all about sexual healing. Sex is not a negative. It's one of the highest expressions of love if it's done for the right reasons. So, my Aries, just work on that. For my Tauruses, we have the Sovereign. Let's see. For my Tauruses, we're working on sovereignty. What does sovereignty mean? Who do we count as being sovereign? We count nations as sovereign when they rule themselves. We use it when we are talking about royalty, kings and queens. My Tauruses, in what ways have you not been putting yourself first? In what ways have you been denying your divinity? In what ways have you put all others before yourself? Maybe this week we don't focus so much on others and we allow ourselves to be served, because the sovereign deserves to be first. Gemini, don't be alarmed. My Geminis, death. Death is one of those cards that you don't like to see. People, they view it as the physical death, but it rarely ever is that. My Geminis, we're focusing on ending cycles this week. We're asked to dig deep and to really be honest about the patterns that we've been seeing in ourselves this week or the past months, years? What is it that keeps coming up? What is a cycle that you've said a million times, damn, I don't want to do this anymore? Whatever that is, it's about time that we break that. You have the power to do it. Cycles can end when you decide that you want to be done. Cancer. Destruction. Destruction can be of others, and it can also be of yourself. For my Cancer people, in what ways have you been destroying yourself? In what ways have you been allowing others to destroy you? I think for my Cancer people, this is just something I've noticed about Cancers in my lifetime, is that crabby mentality of shelling up and armoring yourself against other people, and you'll pinch first before someone else has the chance to attack you. Maybe instead of being on a destructive path, we take the time to be constructive and to reach out to others and to be gentle with ourselves. If there's something that you've been doing that you know harms you, maybe we stop doing that this week. Just something to think about. Leo. Manifest. This is kind of like taking the bull by the horns and buckling down and seeing your dreams come true. This is going to be a really powerful time for my Leos to manifest, to make their dreams concrete. It's time to stop talking about your dreams and start living them. If there's anything that you need to put more effort into, throw your weight into it. It's time to just buckle down and get it done. Virgo. Withdraw. This is a card that asks you to take a rest. My Virgo people are very much driven by an overwhelming need to be productive. They are extremely hardworking. They overanalyze everything, even themselves. This is a good sign for my Virgos to take a beat, withdraw from daily activity. It doesn't have to be for a long time, maybe just for a day. Be like the fox in this card and just curl up, take a nap. The world will not crash and burn because you refuse to do everything. Take time. Libra. Transmute. So that's a very alchemical term. What does it mean when we think of alchemy? And most of us will immediately think of turning lead into gold. It's the process of taking something that has little value and making it grander than what it is, producing something out of nothing. Yeah, for my Libras, I think this is a good time to think of things in a different light. Everything that has a negative has a positive. What things are occurring in your life right now, Libra, that maybe if you think long and hard, you can find the ray of sunshine and follow that to something better. Alchemy really is very fascinating. Carl Jung, his beliefs, even though some of them are really wrong nowadays, he's credited a lot for his ideas. He brought a lot of alchemy into psychology, and his whole thing was about going through the dark night of the soul, going from the lowest point in your life, and instead of avoiding it, going through it and becoming better. And as someone who admittedly struggled for many years with depression, viewing things in a way of, yeah, that sucks, but what can I do to make it not suck so much? It helped. So it's just something to think about for my Libras. Everything can be made better. It's just if you turn your vision around to see it in a different way. Scorpio. Still feeling that Martian energy, are we? Scorpio. Now is the time to take risks. I know that that's very scary, maybe, to you. You're very hesitant, but you're like showing up as the goat on the top of the mountain. Like, you're ready. You're literally built for it. So, my Scorpios, time to take risk. I don't know how to be more clear than that. If there's something that you've been wanting to do, but you haven't done it because you've been afraid of falling off the ledge, you're built for this. It's a risk worth taking. Even if it doesn't end out the way that you thought it would, you are still capable of learning much from the failure. But I don't think you'll fail. Just my 2 cents. For my Sagittarius, I have strength. I think that this card has 2 points to it. It's kind of like the tree has many roots that go deep into the earth. And for my Sagittarius people, they're very strong people by nature. it's kind of like it's telling you to remember how inherently strong that you are. Even though there may be a storm on the horizon, the tree is not going to blow away. The roots go deep. You are unmovable. The branches may be shaken. You may lose leaves, but you can weather the storm. But then it's also like, just because you're strong doesn't mean you can't bend. That's how the tree survives the storm, right? The roots keep it from flying away. But it's okay with losing a few limbs if it has to. As long as its roots remain tethered, it's okay to not look so pretty after. So it's just something to think about. Yes, remember your strength, my Sagittarius people, but also be flexible. You don't have to be strong all the time either. Capricorn, for my earth sign, nature. I think this would be a good time to reconnect. If you've been saying, damn, I need some fresh air. You know, the earth, at least for the northern hemisphere, is starting to come back to life. It's the astrological new year. Spring is on the horizon. If you've been really feeling the blues, get back into nature. See what it has to offer you, even if it's just for like your lunch break or something. Have it outside. Reconnect to the earth, because you are an earth sign. I feel like earth signs are really powerfully affected by the change of the seasons, more so than some other signs even. And also, I feel like it's also about the inner nature too. Get back to who you are. If you've been feeling like you've been compromising yourself in any way to kind of please others, maybe we don't do that. Aquarius. This shouldn't be a problem for my Aquarius people. Higher perspective. Aquarius is, in my opinion, I know that they say Sagittarius is, but Aquarius is like the philosophers. They can see things from many points of view. They're literally governed by a planet, Uranus, that deals with collective consciousness. It deals with community. They're very good at seeing things from multiple points of view, and it's asking you to higher perspective. Maybe to, if you've been really hyper focused on yourself, thinking of how your actions affect others, going outside of yourself for a little bit and really considering, how are things in my community? How can I make things better for those around me? Maybe my Aquarius has been very, very self-centered lately, and it's time for them to step back. This also is a very spiritual card to me. It's got like the wings and halo. My Aquarius people, they tend to be very logical thinkers. I mean, they're air sign after all. And they have a tendency to only view the facts. And especially like kind of with this all-seeing eye, it's most likely asking you to think from a heart space, to think from an intuitive space. This is not the time to make decisions based on cold, hard facts. I know it's a hard ask, but it is Shadow Work Sunday. Think of others. Think of the community. Think from your heart space, not your logical space. You will be better for it, and so will all those around you. And last but certainly not least, Pisces, the void. That's very deep. What comes to mind when we view the void? There are a lot of archetypes that deal with void energy. It's kind of like this space between life and death. It is the space between being and not being. It is where creation happens. And my mind immediately goes to like Kali Ma energy. I know some people are turned off by the fact that, you know, she has dark skin and she's naked and she has like all these arms and legs on her. But when I do my research on her, her dark skin is literally an embodiment of dark matter and the universe, literally the void. She is an archetype of the pure destruction and creation that happens in the universe. For my Pisces people, this is really a call to examine the universe and the wonders thereof. Take your time right now to examine your beliefs. Why do you believe them? Is there anything that you want to create? Everything comes out of the void. It's kind of like when I think about working with first matter myself or dark matter, it was explained to me in this way. Like, you ever seen an artist like close their eyes and they get like a perfect picture in their mind, and then when they open their eyes into the light, they bring it out of the darkness into the light? What needs to be drawn out from just being a thought to being action or to being a creation? This is a very creative card. It's pure unlimited potential. And I think that's very fitting for my Pisces people, because they're the end and the beginning of the zodiac. Literally, you're the start of a whole new cycle once we go back to Aries. So this is a very powerful card. It's not as direct as the transmutation card or the manifestation card. It's kind of like getting the idea of what you want to create in your mind. If that's something that's been a struggle for you, I think this would be a really good time for you to sit alone with your thoughts and really ponder what it is that you would like to create and what you would like to be. All right, so that was my Shadow Work Sunday. I really liked all of these cards. I think that it was a lot to chew on for the week, and it's a little bit of work for everyone to be working on. Those messages were so beautiful. I love this deck. the people who make it actually are coming out with a few more decks. I hope I'll be able to get those soon. In any case, please don't forget to like and subscribe for future content. I do plan on doing these draws regularly throughout the week. I also do offer private readings, so if you ever want to get in contact with me, just look down below in the description for how to reach me, and I cannot wait to talk to you guys offline. This has been Dark Divine Energy. I really appreciate you coming into my space and allowing me to serve you.